Hey, how's it going? Thanks for being here. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some early fall fragrance layering combinations. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Whitney, and here on my channel, we mostly explore fragrances, but I sometimes like to throw in other content here and there just for fun. And if you're a returning subscriber, hi. So if you're interested to see what combinations I came up with that I think are perfect for this weird early fall transitional period, then let's get into it. So for me, when it comes to fall, right, where I live, we don't really get seasons like that. I mean, sure, the temperatures change, but it's not like super dramatic, like with leaves changing color and leaves falling on the ground and all that stuff, right? Oh, did y'all hear Muffin? She's like, can it? Shut up, mom. I was in here first, but anyway. So when it comes to scents, I usually kind of run out a little bit and get scents that really help me to get in the vibe of fall. But I don't really feel super fallish until like November, because I feel like that's when I feel like it's a bit more cool. And yeah, I can actually wear sweaters and stuff without it feeling like weird. So what I did was I combined perfumes from my collection with some Bath & Body Works products, and I think I came up with some pretty good ones. I think the last couple they surprised me. It surprised me, so stay tuned for that. So first up we have Autumn Drive, and this is a scent that features notes of wild raspberry, warm amber, and vanilla birch. And when I first smelled this, I was so excited. I actually blind bought this one, but based on the notes, I knew I would like it, and I really do. I'm a fan of raspberry. So it's a sweet, juicy raspberry scent, but it has, to me, an airiness to it. It's not like syrupy sweet, but like kind of airy sweet. And it does have like a slight woodiness to it, which is perfect for me because I'm not a fan of heavy woodiness. So yeah, I really like this. Now, the perfume that I layered this with was it worked, right? And it worked very well, but it wasn't like, how do I explain it? It wasn't like I was necessarily like, okay, how do I put this? I wasn't home, so I had my travel spray with me of this particular scent. And it just so happened that it was my going out scent. I had just gotten Autumn Drive in my hands, and the notes work really well. Well, at least I thought the notes would work well together, and they did. So the perfume I'm talking about is Angel Nova, the EDP from Mugler. So this is the travel spray in case you want to see it up close. There you go. And yeah, if you don't know, Angel Nova features notes of raspberry. It has woody notes as well. It's quite juicy. It's it's loud. It's loud, and I've kind of designated this as my like going out scent because of its projection and performance and beast modeness on me. And I think I mentioned in I can't remember, maybe in my birthday video, I think this was the first time I had worn Angel Nova out, and thankfully, I've gotten over those bad associations with this scent. Let's put it that way. Watch that video if you haven't. It features like all the products I got for my birthday. But yeah, I like it. It's a loud scent. It's a fun scent. And I think what helps these two work so well together is that they have a similar scent profile in the sense of raspberry being a leading note in the scent, as well as a woodiness and a sweetness. And I just think they worked very well together, and I could definitely be smelled. Let's put it that way. So the next combination I have features a pretty summery fine fragrance mist, and that scent is Copper Coconut Scent, and this is from Bath & Body Works. And this features notes of sun-kissed coconut. I can barely read the thing. Hold on. Not because I can't see, because the color of the background and the color of the... Let me just show y'all. Y'all could read that, right? Sun-kissed coconut, soft orchid petals, and creamy sandalwood, right? So for me, this is a warm, sexy coconut scent that was a pleasant surprise because it was like, I mean, I'm a fan of like sunscreeny, coconutty scents, right? But this one smells, even though it has that undertone of it being that sunscreeny kind of coconut, it still has like a sexy warmth to it. I think that comes in with the sandalwood, and I love it. And I was okay. We're in September, but I'm not ready to fully let go of beachy scents just yet. So the reason why I chose Copper Coconut Scents is the perfume that I chose to wear for a particular evening out. So I was going to dinner. I had my white sundress, which was appropriate for dinner because I feel like it was, because we were going to a beach resort for dinner. and my family and I. And I was like, okay, so the perfume I chose, let me tell you what it is, and then I'll get into detail of why I chose copper coconut sands with it. So the perfume I decided to wear with copper coconut sands is Classique Essence de Parfum from Jean Paul Gaultier. And this is one that I've described and have heard described as smelling like an orange creamsicle. Go check out my video if you haven't seen it already. And there's something about this that has there's like a sexiness to this, but I think sometimes, okay, little fun fact, even when I've already purchased a fragrance and I've had it in my collection for a while, I'll sometimes go on Fragrantica just to kind of see, like, read people's comments on the scent, just for entertainment, just to kind of see how other people perceive something that I have in my collection. And I saw a comment that suggested that Classique Essence de Parfum has kind of like a coconutty vibe to it, and I can kind of see why someone would say that, because there is like a sexy warmth to it. So that was pretty much why I decided to layer it with copper coconut sands, because I kind of wanted to play up that warm, slightly beachy coconut vibe that someone suggested they smelled, and they worked gorgeous together. Now, Classique Essence de Parfum is not a scent that I would like recommend spraying heavily. I did, but I'm not going to tell you to do that. But together, these were perfect. It was exactly what I wanted. It was strong, right? But that's what I wanted. I feel like when in the evening, I prefer my scents to be a little bit more loud and detectable by everyone in a mile radius of me. But yeah, that's this one. So next up, I have Poppy, and I have it here in a mini body cream. So this it doesn't have the notes on the back here, but I'm pretty sure they're like notes of rhubarb, pear, and poppy as well. So I would consider this to be fruity floral. And this was one that I feel like I kind of personally associate with early fall, just because of the season, well, the time it was released by Bath & Body Works. So late summer, early fall kind of scent. And it kind of feels that way, and like that's how I feel when I smell it. So for me, I was like, okay, what scent in my collection is one that I prefer to wear in the fall, but I also have worn in warmer weather? And this may be a surprise, I don't know, it may or may not be. But anyway, the scent I decided to layer over Poppy is Aura by Mugler, and this is the EDP version. And I just realized I have shared two Mugler scents in this video so far, but that's okay. So the notes in Aura that kind of helped me feel like these two would be appropriate to layer together were the pear note in here as well. I'm pretty sure there's like a rhubarb leaf note, and Aura features notes that kind of give it like a green, slightly tropical vibe. Now, I don't think this screams like beachy or anything like that, but it does give like a tropical jungle kind of vibe. And I feel like because of the interesting quality about this and the pretty quality about Poppy and just like the notes that they both share, I thought it would work together, and they actually smelled really nice together. And Aura is actually quite strong, at least to me, on my skin as well as on my nose. So yes, I've worn it in the spring and summer before. Is it for the faint of heart? Not necessarily, because it is kind of loud and it is kind of unusual smelling. I mean, I've gotten used to it, but it's not, I wouldn't describe it as like crowd pleasing, if that makes sense. But I think if I were to suggest this combination to someone who was curious about trying it, I would say, and they were new to Aura, I would suggest spraying it on your lower hemisphere and maybe not anywhere close to your face, so you don't get like annoyed by the scent. But either way, it was a unique combination that I thought smelled really good and worked very well together. There was no clashing whatsoever. So I'm happy that I tried it. So the next layering combination I have features two fine fragrance mists from Bath & Body Works, and they are Beach Nights and One in a Million. So they may not seem like an obvious pairing, but I'll tell you why I did it. Now let me read the notes that are on the back of these just in case you care. So the notes in Beach Nights are toasted marshmallow, sea salt breeze, s'mores accord, beach driftwood, and creamy vanilla. And then in One in a Million, there's jasmine extract, tuberose oil, white gardenia, pink pepper, and cashmere musk. So on paper, these two wouldn't make sense together, right? But hear me out. When I was experimenting with some layering combinations, and I'm gonna link the video I'm talking about here, I tried Beach Nights with, I can't remember the full name, maybe it's just called Tuberose. The Tuberose scent from Be Layered. And that was the most beautiful tuberose milkshake scent that I had probably ever smelled. And I was so surprised by how beautiful it smelled to my nose. So I was like, why not? Let's just try it again with something else. So I figured One in a Million is one of the two tuberose forward scents I have from Bath and Body Works. The other one is Oahu Coconut Sunset, but I thought that would be too obvious. And One in a Million is currently available on the Bath and Body Works website, whereas Oahu Coconut Sunset is not. I mean, I'm sure you could find it on the internets, but yeah, I figured I would give y'all a chance to potentially get your hands on it if you were interested. So anyway, these two smelled beautiful together. I feel like One in a Million is not like loud, but it is, I would say it's kind of on the statement side, if that makes sense. And I feel like I knew someone who wore this because this smells crazy familiar. And I'm like, did I? Maybe, probably, who knows? I feel like One in a Million is a scent that's probably been out for forever from Bath and Body Works. But anyway, together, you know what, I'm gonna put them on to remind myself, because I'm like, I did try them and it did work very well. I don't remember what I have on today. Oh, I have Hypnose on from Lancome. Okay, so let's do a little bit of One in a Million. Oh gosh, which smells very good. It's more of like, I think sometimes tuberose smells juicy to me, but this one is definitely more of like a floral tuberose. I mean, yes, tuberose is a flower, but I think if you know, you know. Beach Nights. Let's give that a second. Yeah. Okay, it's still kind of alcohol-y. Give me a few moments, hold on. Okay. Ooh, it smells super edible, but something that's like kind of like a more experimental dessert because of the floral quality about it. And what I love about this is that I feel like the s'mores, I can pick that up quite strongly. I don't know how I was struggling to say that. And I don't know if it's because of the floral quality in here, but there's like peppery notes as well, but it's hard to explain. But let's just say it smells to me like a bit of an experimental dessert, like a high-end dessert. And I love it. And I think for me, sometimes with, okay, I wear Gourmand scents year round, but I feel like when it comes to fall, that's when I really start getting in the mood to smell even more edible. And yeah, this kind of smells edible and cozy, and that's fall, isn't it? Yeah, love it. Try it. So the last two combinations feature the same foundational scent from Bath and Body Works. And to be honest, I would probably describe this as being like the ultimate fall scent from Bath and Body Works, just because of course, my own personal experience with fall. So if you haven't guessed already, I'm talking about pumpkin apple. So I'm pretty sure this one features literal notes of pumpkin apple, and I think there's some spice notes like cinnamon and clove. But to me, this is like one of the scents that if it had anything different about it, it would probably smell too candle-like for my taste. But I do really like how it smells. This is one that I feel like is just smells like fall, because personally I feel like pumpkin and apple are just two foods that are synonymous with the fall season. So as I mentioned in the video where I had shared me getting this scent, I was thinking about like, what the hell can I pair with this? Because it's such like a distinct smell that I felt like unless it's a pumpkin perfume or an apple perfume, then what the hell am I supposed to do with this? Like, what do I do with you? But I can't not try, so I did. And I'll give you a little heads up. I was online looking for scents that featured pumpkin as a note. There are way more scents that feature pumpkin than I had realized. And what I did to help me was kind of check out what notes these pumpkin scents, these pumpkin perfumes had in the composition. So based on my findings, I have two perfumes from my collection that I paired individually with pumpkin apple, and I am so pleased with the results. So let me tell you what I did. So first up, I layered pumpkin apple with Amalfi Sunray from Sada Emotions. Now, I was like, okay, Amalfi Sunray is a neroli forward scent. It doesn't feature neroli as a note listed, but I'm telling you, this is a neroli scent. And neroli is quite distinct as well, but I wanted to add something that was citrusy and sweet, because what I found was that a lot of the pumpkin scents that I had discovered featured some sort of citrus note in the perfume. So like, okay, this is probably the most simple citrus and sweet scent that I have in my collection. And I know when like baking, it's not uncommon to use a citrus fruit to kind of like balance the overall taste of like a pumpkin or apple dessert that's being baked or whatever, right? So I was like, okay, cool. These two together smell so nice, so friggin' nice. I was like mind blown at how good they smelled, and it kind of smelled like, I described it as like a bright sweet candy, because I wouldn't describe pumpkin apple as smelling candy like, and I wouldn't describe Amalfi Sunray as smelling candy like, even though they're both sweet in their own right, but together it just smelled like a really pretty candy scent, and I'm just like, yes. So I feel like if it's still one of those days where it's just hot and it doesn't feel like fall at all to me, this would be a combination that I would definitely wear, because it's enough of that fallish vibe where I feel like, okay, it's gonna get cooler soon, it's gonna get cooler soon, but still enough of that like bright citrus sweetness that I like to wear when it's like on particularly hot days. So yeah, this was a good one. So the last combination I have that I paired with pumpkin apple is one that again features a perfume that I typically wear quite a lot in the summer, but it's one that I wear year round with ease. And let me just tell you what it is. It's Because It's You from Emporio Armani. And the reason why I decided to pair Because It's You with pumpkin apple is the raspberry and rose note that is in Because It's You. It also features neroli as well, which I'm realizing now as I'm saying it. But I think I may have said like a passing thought I had in the video I mentioned earlier when I first got my hands, well, I first shared with you pumpkin apple, was that this could probably go with like a rose scent or like a raspberry scent. And let me tell you something. These two again smelled so good together. They didn't smell like they didn't smell like two scents trying to fight. It just smelled like it made sense. And this would be a combination that I would reserve for the evening time. And I say that because it is a bit more deep, not necessarily dark, but deep, and a bit more on the syrupy side, which I personally can find a bit annoying and cloying if it's like hot. So if it's one of those days where it's not particularly chilly, but you know, you want to start getting into the fall season vibes, this is a combination that I would definitely recommend, because let me tell you something, this was also like candy, but a sexy evening candy. And I mean, I think Because It's You has like a sexiness to it, even though it's like playful, but together this was just like a combination that again surprised me, but made so much sense once I started smelling it. So yes, give this a try if you haven't, and tell me down below what you think. So yes, those are all of the combinations I have to share with you guys today. Please let me know down below in the comment section if you're surprised by anything I came up with. I'm curious. Also, let me know down below in the comment section if there are any fragrances that you've been combining for this early fall season. I am curious. So if you liked today's video, please like this video. And if you're not already subscribed, I would appreciate a subscribe from you. And if you want to support my channel even more, feel free to buy me a bubble tea. All that information is down below in the description box. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you later. Bye! Hey, how's it going? Thanks for being here. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some layering combinations that I think are perfect for the early fall season. So Muffin, why are you staring at me? So what I did was I combined some perfumes in my collection with some Bath & Body Works. Can y'all hear her? Actually, for the most part, y'all should be able to find the products. I'm not sure how I want to do this. If I want to do the, I think I'm going to do the perfume. I think I'm going to do the fragrance mist first. Okay. I forgot. What am I doing? Got distracted. Ooh. Oh, I see Muffin has left because I'm clearly too loud. Anyway, she'll be fine. So the next few, So the next layering combination I have features two fine, did y'all hear that? So the next combination I have features two fine fragrance mists. Ooh, baby. It has not a little bit, probably. So as always, thank you so much for watching. So if you liked today's video,